In the early days, when the forest still spoke and humans still listened, there was a land where tall trees leaned toward one another like elders in quiet council. The wind moved gently through their leaves, carrying the scent of earth and rain. Birds stitched songs into the morning air, and somewhere in the undergrowth, life stirred slowly, patiently. This was a land ruled not by noise, but by balance, and in this forest lived two very different creatures. One was Leopard, beautiful, powerful, feared. His coat shone like fire caught in spots, and his footsteps were heavy with confidence. When Leopard walked, smaller animals stepped aside. When Leopard spoke, silence followed. He trusted his muscles, his claws, his speed. In his heart, he believed the forest itself bowed to strength. The other was Tortoise, small, low to the ground, quiet. Tortoise moved slowly, as though he had all the time in the world. And perhaps he did. His shell was worn and dull, his voice soft, his eyes calm and always watching. Many mistook him for weak. Some even laughed at him. But Tortoise listened more than he spoke. And when he spoke, his words landed exactly where they needed to. Now, one season, when the sun burned hot and food grew scarce, Leopard grew restless. His hunger sharpened his pride. Each day he prowled deeper into the forest. Each day his temper grew shorter. One afternoon, Leopard came upon Tortoise, resting beneath a broad tree, enjoying the shade. Leopard laughed. "Tortoise," he said, his voice thick with mockery, "you move as though the earth itself is heavy on your feet. How do you survive in this forest?" Tortoise lifted his head slowly and smiled. "I survive," he said gently, "by knowing when to move and when not to." Leopard scoffed. "Wisdom does not fill the belly. Strength does, and today my strength says you will be my meal." The forest went quiet. Even the birds paused. Tortoise did not run. He did not plead. He simply nodded, as though Leopard had said nothing surprising at all. "Leopard," Tortoise said, "you are strong. Everyone knows this. But before you eat me, allow me to make one request, so the forest will know you defeated me fairly." Leopard, pleased with himself, flicked his tail. "Speak quickly." Tortoise said, "I challenge you to a contest. If you win, you may eat me. If I win, you let me go." Leopard laughed so hard the leaves shook. "A contest? Between you and me?" "Yes," Tortoise replied calmly. "A contest of endurance." Leopard agreed at once. Pride never pauses to think. Tortoise led Leopard to a clearing where the ground was bare and hard. "We shall wrestle," Tortoise said. "Whoever touches the ground first loses." Leopard roared with laughter. He circled Tortoise, confident, impatient. With one swift move, Leopard pounced. But Tortoise did not resist. He pulled into his shell. Leopard clawed. Leopard pushed. Leopard strained with all his strength, but the shell would not yield. The harder Leopard pushed, the more his footing slipped. His muscles burned. His breath grew heavy. And then Leopard stumbled. His body struck the ground. The forest breathed again. Tortoise emerged slowly from his shell. "You touched the ground," he said softly. Leopard growled, embarrassed, angry. "Again?" Tortoise nodded. "Very well. One more contest. This time, a race." Leopard smiled. This one was his. They agreed to race to the great Iroko tree at the edge of the forest. Leopard crouched low, muscles coiled. Tortoise started early, slowly, quietly, unnoticed. By the time Leopard burst forward like lightning, Tortoise was already near the tree. Leopard ran with all his might, but confidence had made him careless. He overshot the path, circled back, confused by his own speed. When Leopard arrived, panting, furious, Tortoise was already there, resting. Leopard could not speak. His strength had failed him twice. His pride now lay heavier than hunger. Tortoise looked at him and said, "Leopard, strength is a gift, but wisdom is a guide. One without the other leads a man, or a beast, into trouble." Leopard said nothing. He turned and walked back into the forest, his steps quieter than before. And Tortoise returned to the shade, moving as he always had, slowly, carefully, thoughtfully. From that day, the animals learned. They learned that speed can stumble, that power can be outweighted, that noise does not always mean importance. And they learned that wisdom, true wisdom, does not shout. It waits, it watches, and when the moment comes, it moves. That is why, even today, the tortoise walks slowly, not because he is weak, but because he knows exactly where he is going.